Can you imagine the entirety of Bali and Lombok without any people? Empty streets, abandoned restaurants, the beach without surfers, no more sounds coming from motorbikes or cars, only the sound of the wind, birds, and other animals. Because more people die each year from bacterial diseases than the population of Bali and Lombok combined. According to the Antimicrobial Resistance Global Burden of Disease Report in 2019, it was about 7.7 million people who died from bacterial diseases across the world that year, and thus not including all the people that died from different types of viruses. We could look at history too. In South America, for example, during the Age of Discovery, where entire groups of people were almost wiped out because of European diseases, or when the bubonic Black Plague got in Europe in the 1300s. Thanks to black hygiene and research, more than 25 million people died from it. That's around a third of the continent's population at that time. They started to try to stop these diseases from spreading by implementing quarantines and social distancing. Doesn't that sound familiar? Arrogantly, many of us assumed that epidemics such as Spanish flu of 1918 would not happen again. The epidemic in 2003 proved us wrong, and in that crisis, as well as the most recent pandemic, one of our best defenses, if not the best, was hand washing. Yes, it was crazy how important washing hands suddenly became during the pandemic. I couldn't believe it during my research when I found out that the New York Times even had published a full-on, step-by-step guide/article on how general public should wash their hands. When I was at school in Sweden, we were even advised to keep washing our hands until we had sang the entire Happy Birthday song. Apparently it took 30 seconds to sing it. Most people in my school, however, sang on triple speed so they could eat lunch first and take all the croutons for themselves out of the Caesar salad. On a more serious note, soap has been used since 2800 BC by the Babylonians, and it has been shown to reduce the risk of things like diarrheal diseases by up to 50%. Here's a quote from William Osler. "Soap, water, and common sense are the best disinfectants. Diseases are very common in countries near the equator, and it is partly because of the bacteria that roam in the warm climate, humid air, and rivers. I noticed this when I moved to Bali from the dry and very cold place called Sweden, and this was sparked my curiosity for Quest. At first, my Quest project was about generating clean electricity from rainwater falling off the green school roof. But I realized that I wasn't going to generate enough electricity to be worth the environmental cost of all the parts. It just wasn't worth it, so I got super stressed because I realized I didn't have a lot of time left to change my Quest project. It was at the end of the ISU class that I took, however, when I found out about soap making. I thought making soap was fun, and I thought about all the sick people around me. My family was sick very often, I was sick very often, my neighbors were sick very often, and my friends were sick very often. So much that the first suggestion that comes up if you Google how is how to avoid Bali belly. I didn't want to remember like that. I had to change something. That's when I chose soap making as my Quest project. Here's my product. AFX soap. It is natural, it is vegan, palm oil free, environmentally friendly, and natural because the sodium hydroxide used in it is not present in the final product. So how did I make it? Well, I started by buying ingredients, contacted iHub, and began creating soap in the lab. The process was slow, and it took hours of work preparations just to make about a milk carton of soap. It was also a very dangerous product because of different chemical reactions that occur when mixing ingredients. For example, when mixing the sodium hydroxide with water, it becomes boiling hot, and the sodium hydroxide itself can burn your skin and kill you if inhaled, which is why I had to wear a face mask, goggles, gloves, lab coat, and a hair tie when making it. Don't be scared though, because after 7 hours, the mixture has cooled and it's safe to use. And I even checked the pH level as an extra measure. Oh, here's the video first of me making it. Thanks to Mark for helping with the first batch. I forced him to. Yeah, Jen's just mixing. And so far I've raised 1,192,000 rupiah from selling the soap at Spirit Friday, which we will donate to different charities like the East Bali Project to help children with hygiene and education. The soap that did not get sold will be donated and distributed across Bali. Thanks to this Quest project, I have improved in speaking, writing, daring to talk in front of a large crowd, and hopefully I've saved someone from sickness too and helped make their life better. However, I intend how I intend to continue work on this quest project even after this quest speech. You can come buy soap and continue helping me with my quest right after this speech. I made this quest project because we want to impact the world and help other people. We can all make this world a better place. It doesn't have to be about selling soap or donating money. Soap is to the body, while laughter is to the soul. I want to give all special thanks to my parents, my teachers, especially Ibolora, Ibanji, and Pat Kenny, and my friends who really helped motivate me and push myself to limits. Remember, soap can save someone's life. I also want to thank the audience for being such an amazing audience.